Ethiopian Epiphany best wishes. And Eve of Epiphany is being colorfully marked in Ethiopia. Hello and very warm welcome to ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. I will see you in a minute. Do stay tuned. Now the news in full. Before that, ABC World wishes all Ethiopian Christians who are celebrating Ethiopian Epiphany to stay tuned. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has extended Ketera Timkat Ethiopian Epiphany holiday best wishes to Ethiopian and Ethiopian citizens of Ethiopian origin celebrating the occasion. The faithful of Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church and Ethiopian Catholic Church commemorates the baptism of Jesus Christ in the river Jordan on the 11th of the Ethiopian month Tir in the Ethiopian calendar, which is January 19, 2024. Since the current calendar year is on a leap year, the Ketera Eve of Timkat is being observed on January 19 and Timkat on January 20. In that regard, the Prime Minister has sent his holiday best wishes to Ethiopians celebrating the 2024 Ketera and Timkat festival. In his message, the Premier highlighted that Jesus Christ's journey from birth to ascension mirrored the fall of Adam, walking the paths Adam traversed and lifting him at each stage with the dual purpose of setting an example for others and raising Adam from the fall. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and his delegation arrived in Kampala, Uganda, to participate in the 19th Summit of Heads of States and Government of the Non-Aligned Movement. The 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit, under the leadership of Uganda, is being held under the theme Deepening Cooperation for Shared Global Affluence, and brings together more than 120 developing countries on a platform of crucial historic significance. The ministerial meeting of the 90th Summit of Non-Aligned Movement concluded on Thursday in Kampala with the adoption of 3 key documents. During the 19th Summit of Heads of States and the Government of the Non-Aligned Movement, the Premier stressed that he reiterated that landlocked countries face insurmountable challenges hindering their ability to fulfill the demands of their people for adequate and sustained livelihoods and to ensure their development. Ethiopia continues to seek a peaceful and mutually beneficial and negotiated solution to such a challenge. On the sideline of the Non-Aligned Movement meeting in Kampala, the Premier also has taken a moment to discuss regional and bilateral issues with Kenyan President William Ruto, according to his ex-update. In other news, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeke Mekonnen stated that Ethiopia joined the BRICS because it regards the group as an ideal partnership for securing more robust development-focused financing and investment. Demeke made the remark during a panel discussion moderated by World Economic Forum Center for Regions, Trade and Geopolitics in Davos, Switzerland. And the panel discussion was held on the role of middle powers in the current multipolar world order, in which multiple actors in middle powers appear to have replaced the unipolar order, according to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. On the occasion, he said that joining BRICS is not about picking sides, as BRICS is not against any single country or grouping. He further explained that the BRICS aspire to a more fair international system, which Ethiopia supports. He stated that it is time for a just multipolar global order in which players are expected to address both the problems of deprived societies and the structural development of developing countries. On the sidelines of the meeting, Demeke had a bilateral meeting with the Foreign Minister of Czech Republic, Jan Lipavsky. The discussion between the two sides covered bilateral and multilateral issues of common concern.
Do tell us the historical trajectory as well as the history of the Republic of Somaliland.
Came independence from the European powers on 26 June 1990.
What is the Republic of Somaliland to Ethiopia, as well as what is Ethiopia to the Republic of Somaliland?
Somaliland and Ethiopia are not only brothers and sisters, but we also are strategic partners.
The Republic of Somaliland is not yet recognized by IGAD or the African Union, the Arab League or the European Union, as well as the United Nations.
African Union has no permanent seat in United Nations Security Council. It's injustice.
What is the significance of signing of this MOU?
It's very significant and it's very vital for not only Ethiopians and Somalilanders, but for the wider region and the wider continent of Africa.
Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching ABC World from the capital, Addis Ababa. And another domain, Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church followers celebrated Ketera, the eve of Timkat or Ifirani today. Timkat festivity is celebrated on every 19th of January in Ethiopia. The 20th in a leap year, and it commemorates the baptism of Jesus by John the Baptist at River Jordan. Goshu Meleso has filed the following story.
Before Timkat or Epiphany happened, Sunday school students practiced religious hymns and embellishing streets and squares with diverse decorations. The eve of the celebration is known as Ketera, meaning locally blockage of water, for the blessing of the celebrants, followed by the major celebration is Timkat and Kana Zagalila, which is celebrated after the day of Timkat. During Ketera, the Tawot, which is a replica of the Ark of the Covenant, is taken out of each church and borne aloft by high priestess to the nearest river, lake or pond, where the shared baptism is to take place the next day. Crowded followers ushered their parish church Tawot to Timkat Bar, which might be a pool or river or artificial reservoir, transported by a priest of the parish. The Tawot sang about for the night near the water, and rituals carry on in the night, and people spend the night attending night-long prayers and human services, including the Eucharistic liturgy. Celebration begins early morning with pre-sunrise rituals, followed by the sprinkling of the blessed water on the congregation. Tomorrow, each Tawot begins its procession back to its respective church, except for Archangel Michael and Raphael that stay for another day, involving an even more colorful ceremony with various traditional and religious songs. The United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO has registered Tumkat or the Epiphany celebration as intangible world cultural heritage. According to religious sources, Tumkat has been celebrated in Ethiopia since the 4th century.
And finally, Tumkat has been playing significant contribution towards promoting the cultural dressing style, the traditional clothes and hairstyle of the community for long. This practice of looking good in terms of dressing and enhancing beauty is reinforced by the Ethiopian proverb, ለጥምቀት ያልሆነ ቀሚስ ይበጣጠስ, literally translated into English, let the dress that is not for ጥምቀት end into shreds. Apart from Ethiopians, tourists has impressed with Ethiopian traditional clothes and the festivals as a whole when they have attended the Tumkat celebration. Yerusalem Bezah have compiled the full story. Have a look.
I waited 10 years to come to Ethiopia, and I'm very happy it was during the celebrations because it gets everybody out and everyone's beautifully dressed, and it's just a whole different experience than probably seeing it any other time.
We saw the Tumkat Festival on television at home, and we decided we would like to come and see it. I think watching the arcs come out of the churches and the processions and the music, which is very, very different, and the fact that it's all generations, that everybody takes part from the little ones to the older people.
Well, my favorite thing is how the whole city seems to be celebrating all at once. It's a very festive atmosphere. And my favorite actually are all the women in their dresses and the cool hair, and it's very exotic for me.
And now recap of the top stories once again. Prime Minister Abiy extended Tumkat's Ethiopian Epiphany best wishes. And Eve of Epiphany is being colorfully marked in Ethiopia. Well, you've been watching ABC World from the capital Addis Ababa. This ends up the program, and goodbye for me now.